I have a dispatch from the corporate Democrat bubble for you all. This is from Raw Story and Alternate. There's no such thing as a good Trump voter. There's no such thing as a good Trump voter. I like the picture they used, too. It's a very flattering picture. Now, are there many deplorable Trump voters? Sure, of course, you know. Are there some that voted for him because he said shit like, we're going to ban all Muslims from coming to the U.S., and because he said, you know, the Mexicans, they're criminals, they're rapists. I assume some are good people. Are there some that voted for him because he said he wanted to do nationwide stop and frisk, which fails over 99% of the time and overwhelmingly targets minorities and takes away their Fourth Amendment protection from unreasonable search and seizure? Yes, there are many people who voted for him because of the bigotry and the xenophobia, and I have no problem with calling them deplorables. So let's be clear about that. But, the title is, There's No Such Thing as a Good Trump Voter. And when you read the piece, it becomes clear they're talking about how it's all because of race. They're all racist. There's no such thing as a good Trump voter, they say. So they're racist, they're sexist, and it has nothing to do with economic anxiety. Really? So all Trump voters are motivated by the exact same thing. It's not that, hey, some are deeply bigoted and xenophobic and they voted for him for all the wrong reasons, and others, you know, maybe heard his rhetoric on NAFTA and TPP and jobs and said, I think he's not going to outsource my job, so I'm going to vote for him. Whereas Hillary backed outsourcing deals. It's impossible that somebody listened to him and said, no, I think he's like an anti-establishment wrecking ball going through the elites. So yes, I'm going to vote for him for that reason. I think he'll break up this insanely corrupt system. Now, again, to be clear, since he got elected, Trump has not done that. He's the establishment's bitch boy. But when he was on the campaign trail, it's impossible. None of his voters said, oh, I'm going to vote for him for those reasons. See, that's just... that kind of mentality and philosophy will lead to permanent losses for the Democrats. Because you know what they're doing, right? They're shaming people who they should be trying to get to vote for our candidates. You're not going to win them over by shaming them. You're a bad person. You're so bad. Why are you such a bad person? You're evil. There's no such thing as a good Trump voter. You're so bad. All of you are so bad. Is that going to win people over? Now, again, some people, it is impossible to win over. There's a certain portion of Trump supporters, yes, it is impossible to win them over, and you shouldn't even try because it's fucking impossible. So it's a total waste of time and energy. But that's not all of them. There are plenty of them that you can reach, and you have to reach if you want to fucking win. But Hillary won the popular vote. But the system doesn't go by the popular vote. It should, but it doesn't. So if you keep spitting in the eye of all Trump voters and slapping them across the face, well, then be prepared to continue to win the popular vote, but lose the Electoral College in future elections. So it is so fucking smug and condescending and self-righteous and arrogant and stupid to say shit like, there's no such thing as a good Trump voter. None. They don't exist. Well, how about this next headline here? We've spoken about this recently. Report, Trump voters in Michigan like economically populist Democrats. Wow. There were a tremendous number of people, I think it's something like 11%, that voted for Obama twice and then voted for Trump. And remember, the headline was, there's no such thing as a good Trump voter. They're all racist, sexist, deplorables. Well, what about the people who voted for Obama twice? And they're in a place like Michigan, which was destroyed by trade deals that Hillary favored. And then they voted for Trump because Trump's rhetoric on the campaign trail was anti-NAFTA, anti-TPP, in favor of creating jobs here. Let's stop wasting money in these stupid wars. This is shit he said on the campaign trail. And there are people who overlooked the bigotry and the racism and the xenophobia. Now, again, that doesn't excuse it. Of course not. The bigotry and the racism is horrendous. But to say that there are no good Trump voters, that's saying I can't reach any of you. And that's not true. If 11% voted for Obama and then voted for Trump, and by the way, what does that also show? They felt let down by Obama because they thought Obama was going to be the one to do a New Deal and bring jobs back to where they were and stop outsourcing, and he didn't. So it's just, they want to keep losing. This is the Hillary wing of the party. This is the corporatist wing of the party. And this is the stuff they believe. They want to keep shaming people. It's hilarious because they try the same thing with the so-called far left, where they try to shame people who couldn't bring themselves to vote for Hillary Clinton. The stupid far left, purity test, pie in the sky, unicorn, fairy dust. You're so stupid. You gave us Trump. You're so stupid. Fall in line. So their only tactic, because they can't win on the content of their ideas, their only tactic is shaming people. Shame all Trump voters, shame people who are to the left of you, and then wonder why you keep losing elections. Well, maybe it's because you don't fucking stand for anything, and the only tool you have is to shame and wag your finger. No, we should be reaching out to these people because we can get them. Of course we can get them. People whose main concern is economic. Again, I'm not saying all Trump voters' concerns are economic. It's not. It's not. Many of them voted for him because of the bigotry, and you can't reach them. But were some of the people who voted for Trump, is their concern economic? Yes. Can you reach those people? Fuck yeah. And a lot of polls show they're already with us. When you look at the polling data, 60% of the American people want Medicare for all. More Republicans want it than don't want it. Where's the question, son? Of course we can get these people on our side. They're already on our side. You just have to have candidates who believe in these things. Also known as populist Democrats. Bernie-style Democrats. Bernie Sanders did a town hall in West Virginia in a room full of Trump-voting West Virginians. According to these clowns, no such thing as a good Trump voter. No such thing. So don't even try to get those people. Why are we even bothering? They're bad people. Shame on them. They're bad people. Well, guess what? Bernie got a standing ovation from a room full of West Virginia Trump voters when he brought up Medicare for all and free college and a living wage. And a New Deal. And doing green technology jobs. You want to know why? Because he actually believes in those ideas and he makes a good case for them. And even Trump voting West Virginians go, I think that makes sense, man. And they gave him a standing ovation. So I hope the corporatists and the establishment Democrats, the Clintonites, I hope they're prepared to keep losing. Because with bullshit, idiotic arguments like this, that's what's going to happen.